we come to play.
Okay.
Here we come to win.
A little more.
And
Share our
special
special
games.
days. And share our special days. We try harder for the future. What do you do? Sharpen the brain and go for fame. Who's gonna be the champion of crossword game?
Man, they gotta pay us more for this.
Yeah, I know, really.
There was the singing wasn't in my contract.
Well,
Did you get a contract?
I did not.
I have this cocktail napkin, but
Yeah,
there's some stuff scribbled on it. Is that a contract?
No, it's probably in Josh Sokol's contract, honestly. Anyway, we're back. We are actually here to see who will be the champion of crossword game. Two games to go. Eta is 2 games behind Josh. He needs to win both of these and make up approximately 250 spread points.
Yeah, this is like a succession drama.
Yeah.
In the background, or it's kind of like in a play where various side characters get killed off, and some of in the first or second act.
Yeah.
Eta Karo dispatched Matthew O'Connor, one of his other rivals.
Yeah.
I don't know about the murder weapon, but
and I'm just gonna say this one time, so please stop asking at any point in time. No one needs to ask this. If Josh wins this game, we will show NWL in the last game. If Eta wins this game, we will show CSW in the last game. Sorry, meow. Did I say NWL? That's such a lie. You can ask me as many times as you.
Wow.
It's called TWL. Anyway, one more time. If Eta wins this game, we will stream CSW in the last round. If Josh wins this game, we will stream meow in the last round.
Because Josh will be the champion.
Because Josh will have already been the champion and
of the world.
Yeah, of the world.
Lexicon.
Of crossword game.
Of crossword game.
In Bangkok, Thailand. I mean, New Orleans.
The Big Easy.
The Big Easy. Anyway, meanwhile, back on Planet Eta, he's got VUW, so we're just kind of.
Yep.
We're just kind of chilling.
Venue is a solid way of getting. Venue is actually not really the kind of play that I think Eta loves to make.
Yeah.
Unweep would be.
Yeah.
Speculative. Let's say. Venue is pretty. It like leads to a long-term open board, I think, with that avenue front hook.
And look at that. I mean, to your point, honestly, probably Eta's favorite word, pew.
Pew. Yeah, it's just not where Eta wants to operate. You can see that he saw Venue, and that is, if we know Eta's style, it's going to be going for controlled variance, and Venue is chaos and not where he wants to play.
And Josh thrives on chaos. I mean, like probably more than anyone, Josh thrives on chaos, or more effectively, Josh thrives on chaos. So with that in mind, it's not necessarily the best matchup for Eta against Josh unless he really plays this game. So he's going to start with that. He's also going to pick up Z blank after Pew, which is kind of like
a chaotic draw.
Chaotic draw, but my goodness, best case scenario will be interesting. You know, Josh obviously well aware of how Eta plays. This is actually their first time playing in this tournament. Notably, Venezuela almost fell.
Vuvuzela, Venezuela.
Yes, amazing.
Yeah, Josh came up to me after last game and he said, "Am I the luckiest player in the world?"
And your response was?
No, because he played really well, and it wasn't perfect. I think we didn't like YU in that last game, but
did you tell him about YU?
I know.
I didn't either, but
no, when someone comes up to you and says, "I'm the luckiest player ever," you really don't want, especially as a commentator. I'm not going to go up to him and say, "Yes, you are."
Yeah.
But no, I mean, getting hit with jammed for 118 is pretty much, using both blanks, no less, is pretty much the most nightmarish thing that can happen.
Yeah.
And Josh recovered from that and found a way back. Didn't even have especially good letters. Didn't matter. Got level with the queue and just kind of pulled ahead of Dave that last round.
Yeah. And people, it's a question I get asked a lot. Like, you know, do you spoil stuff for the players? Do you go up after the game and talk to them? You'll see us go in there sometimes. We never talk about the game unless the players actually tell us, yes, I would like to talk about the game.
For sure. Oma goes down here, looks really solid to me. Very simple principle. Get rid of your duplicates. Keep a good balance of vowels and consonants. Usually want the same number of consonants and vowels, or maybe one extra consonant versus vowel. At least that's typically what you're shooting for. And so Josh's ideal play there would have been Omo, O-M-O, which is the name of a hotel I stayed at in Japan, actually. Really awesome. Nice. I'd recommend it. But O-M-O, not valid. Or actually, he could have played Mu, but it scores fewer points. You want to keep the board compact. In this early going, the board starts out being effectively defensive or not having a lot of opportunities. And there's a little cost associated early on with every opening you give your opponent. Because it's the difference between no openings and one opening. So you play Mu here, the O is under the triple letter score. Pretty undesirable because a lot of times you're just propelling your opponent to a very cheap 30, 40, 50 point score when they were otherwise they would have had nothing.
Yeah, I would have played Oma here, but also noting OO, which you've ever considered OO, because AEMNS is like one of the best 5-tile leaves in the game.
Yeah, definitely got to think about OO there.
Actually crushes a sim. Like, not even close.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I hadn't even come up with that. I guess with Oma, one of the things about putting that on the board is I said not opening it much for your opponent, but it's very easy for Eta to just play over the top of Oma and score a cajillion points.
Yeah.
And if he plays OO instead, you don't get as many points if you overlap, and you keep a stronger bingo lead. So actually seeing, I don't know if I would have found that myself.
Yeah.
Oma feels very natural.
Feels very natural.
But OO there, a really strong play that he could have made.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Can't really profit that much from the overlap. Doesn't have a letter that goes in front of the OP. He's in a really tough spot here where he has letters that they're not bad. They have scoring potential, but the synergy is really poor. The V is bad. The U and the Z are an atrocious combo. The blank and the Z actually, I think, have a lot of anti-synergy because the blank you want to bingo with, the Z is a scoring tile, but not nearly as good of a bingo tile.
Yeah. Good, like, multi-turn synergy, which means you want a more open boards that there are going to be scoring plays.
Right. You want to set up a spot for the Z. He has done that with even. I think maybe he's partially he's thinking, well, if Josh goes over the top of even with an E or an I, it'll set up Zen or a Zin.
Yeah.
He can maybe re-overlap it for a 50-point score. Did fork the board in an interesting long-term way by putting the V there. So now there's he can hook plays in front of the EME. He can eventually bingo and make a bingo ending in a D or an S, making Deem or Seem. Get your mind out of the gutter, people. That is not what it means. Look it up in a dictionary. And Josh has drawn pretty decently, but he doesn't quite have a bingo there. This is going to be a really delicate one where if he can navigate this correctly, he'll be able to score decently and bingo next turn, very likely. But he has to decide how to proceed. I can see Dev here, 21 points. I like Dev a lot because it gives so much. Does not give back any cheap scores. He puts the V under the double word score. It can't be re-overlapped, and it still keeps bingo letters. So Dev here looks really quite good to me.
It's kind of funny on that last play. Eta could have played Venue.
He could have played Venue again.
Setting up, not necessarily the A hook you would want to set up, but it put the E right above that middle double letter score, setting up his Z potentially.
I see Venue and Ope. Is that the idea?
Yeah, yeah. So hilariously.
Yeah, I think Venue still not very stylistic for Eta, even though with the Z blank, maybe agree, you don't mind the open board. I just don't think that's the kind of space he likes to play. And I think even keeps things a little bit tighter where he's probably closer to his comfort zone. Yeah, Dev does take a lot of hooks. That's the one thing. It takes an A, an I, and O on the back. But I still think preventing those immediate overlaps is good, and forking the board, keeping ENOS very nice. So you're ensuring that when you draw a bingo, it is going to fit on multiple places on the board. Of course, Josh draws just about as well as he can. He's going to have an embarrassment of riches to sift through.
Yeah.
For Eta here, he does have the O hook for Devo. He can make plays using the blank and the Z, but he's not going to want to do that. He's really going to want to, the blank we typically think about being worth 25 to 30 points. He's going to want to score with the Z this turn and keep the blank and bingo with that next turn. That's the best sequence. Cozy and Devo here, or Devo. Not really that familiar with their music, actually, but that would be 30 points here. It's solid. Doesn't you do want to consider, do I have any huge plays if I burn the blank on this turn? I don't think I see anything.
Yeah, I mean, Dozy kind of just accomplishes the kind of play that Eta kind of wants to stick to, just not opening much. Well, we know that Josh is sitting on some good letters, but
yeah, Dev doesn't guarantee super powerful letters. It's kind of it's a little bit hard to. You could make that in a lot of cases. You could have terrible letters. You could have very good letters. Just plays cozy here. Very sensible.
Yeah.
Pretty good chance of turning into a bingo next turn.
Yep.
Yeah, Josh showing his faith in the ENOS combo, running it back twice. Can feel a little psychologically troubling sometimes as a player, where you just end up with one of these combinations. You try it 3 or 4 times in a row. It's really,
as Livgon says, get someone who looks at you like Sokol looks at ENSO.
Yeah, I think in my early days, I remember doing that with Salty, SALTIE.
Oh,
going on like a 5-turn quest. You draw an E, you draw an A, you draw an E again.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes you just have to stay the course. Sometimes that's a sign that you've overvalued the combo, or that the board is just not. You always got to look at the board too.
Yeah.
Everything is good in context. Josh puts Estrin down. Very nice. High scoring.
Yeah.
Actually, it's interesting that he's chosen that. The placement seems pretty volatile to me.
Yeah, I would play Tertian here for sure.
Where does Tertian go?
Roma and Spew.
Yeah, that looks a lot safer. Is it possible he didn't think of the Roma hook?
Yeah. Is this the strongest and best commentating team ever? Well, I mean, I'd like to think we're pretty okay.
Geez, that's extremely high praise.
There's that element for sure. There's that element where I don't think either of us do this too much these days. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you do this a lot. I've been on break from streaming for a while, but I love it.
Yeah, I just got to do another tournament last month, the California Open.
Oh, right, of course. Yeah, duh. You were there.
Yeah, you can go track down those games. There were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Ben Schomburn, who was at this tournament, ran away with it.
Yeah.
But he had some really enjoyable matchups there.
Yeah, that was my first multi-day tournament outside of Oregon in a long time. Yeah, I got roasted. That was a amazing field. Probably as good as this one.
It takes a while to get fully back up to speed. For sure.
Yeah, no, it's true. But honestly, I'm just been so happy to be doing the streaming here. Like, I kind of want to do more of it, even not in person. I'd probably jump in for more stuff. If not this year, then certainly in the coming years. Anyway.
Yeah, so Eta should bingo here. He has a variety of options. Muddlier, more muddly. They're not going to be quite as good as he was hoping. I think probably when Estrin first goes down, he says, can I overlap this for a 100-point response?
Yeah.
You definitely have to think about not bingoing here. That spot to the right of Estrin, I'm not saying he has a good play there, but you definitely have to at least consider, well, what happens if I just hold on to the blank and I block this big spot that Josh just created? But I don't actually see a good way that you can defer He may just have to bingo here and hope for the best.
Demi-Loon seems pretty good. I'm kind of. Oh, he does have it spelled out now.
Yeah, he has it. Yeah, my experience playing with Eta, watching him play, I just expect him to. I mean, one of his features is just good, consistent bingo finding.
Yeah.
In creative play as well. I think we saw some. I feel like we saw some pretty creative thinking. That end game, was forcing your opponent to find the new best play with 9 seconds was pretty nifty. Do you think Demi-Loon or Unlimed here making Deem DEME?
Interesting. I look at it and like I'm immediately like, well, Demi-Loon seems like it's what I want to go towards longer term, but like maybe that's not true. I don't know.
I think Demi-Loon, it's tricky. So when there's one big scoring spot, I feel like you usually want to cover it up and block it. When there are two, you almost want to leave one of them open. I almost don't want to play Demi-Loon because I want to be able to play down to the bottom right if Josh plays adjacent to Estrin next to the S. I almost want to leave something for myself by playing Unlined top left. And Demi-Loon, after Demi-Loon, it feels like there was just one big scoring spot on the board, and Josh is going to have the initiative to claim it.
Yeah. It is worth noting, like Eta was not the first person to bingo despite having them blank on the second rack. So really he is playing from behind. So he does want to think about the long term. So yeah. Playing up at the top I do think is resonating for me more.
And sure enough, Demi-Loon comes down.
This is what we do as streamers. We influence the outcome by saying something, and then the exact opposite thing happens.
Sometimes we nail it, and sometimes they nail us.
Just watch it. Next turn, Eta's going to open like a triple for no reason.
Yeah, Eta, very defensive play.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. Oh, we've had some funny ones if you've been here with us the whole week. Matthew O'Connor, the speed demon, down to 10 minutes after 5 turns, plays a beautiful closed board game. I mean,
yeah, Matt O'Connor playing Emong. Definitely a day one highlight for you to go check to go track down. That was just
that game was great. I mean, it was
gorgeous defensive play. Yeah.
Goodness. And if you have been here with us for all of the games,
thank you
so much. And especially, I understand if you're in Europe or in Asia and maybe aren't staying up all night. Thanks for being here all morning or into the early evening or however time works. I don't even know.
Time is a continuum.
Yeah. We appreciate you being here with us to build the narrative, cheer the players on. Positive place. I love it.
Josh here has picked up the other blank, which is your dream post bingo draw. It's not going to bingo immediately. Force out, I think it's one of the only bingos he would have. The T is in the wrong spot. Almost has 4 score, which would be pretty fun.
Yeah. Also, you noticed that like chat called it out a long time ago. If he had played Lumind or Unlimed, either way, Josh had colorful.
Oh wow, big swing. Damn. I don't think that's a reason to play.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. But just
works. Like Demi-Loon versus Unlimed, just the happenstance of it.
Yeah, Lumind and Lai would not, but if he had gone for the opener DEME.
Lumind is actually really nice now that I see it pointed out. Blocking or making it harder to use that spot on the right of ZO and YE, I think would have been really good there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Eta saw that one and passed it up, or if he didn't generate that one. There were a lot of plays to generate. Demi-Loon was 2 extra points versus Lumind, so it could just be a wash at the end of the day because that scoring spot is while it could be explosive, it's also quite difficult to access. So it's not the end of the world to leave that open.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Josh here, you almost it's hard to take your eyes off of Eta's rack because he's going to have some really big scores.
Yeah.
If he's given the opportunity. For Josh here, this is a really important and tricky decision. I would be tempted to maybe just block the right side. You can even do something like Foo and Zoo.
Yeah.
It's not exciting, but there are just so many points to be had over there. Do you really want to let your opponent get a shot at it, especially with 7 random tiles?
7 random tiles, and you're already sitting on that crucial second blank.
Right.
There's just something to be said for reducing that volatility right now. There's almost just like no reason not to, just because there's not really any other inspiring plays. I mean, Koof doesn't really make much sense in any position because you kind of want the board open because you want to get that bingo down.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. He plays UFO here, or UFO. And yeah, very similar to Foo. Sacrifices 3 points to keep an O instead of the U, which is pretty interesting. Probably a wash. I think I would just keep the U there and score the 3 extra points.
I would take the extra point.
The blank is kind of the great equalizer or harmonizer of racks.
Yeah.
It kind of can just take your bad tiles and usually just turn them into a good rack that's going to bingo anyway. So I think I would have taken the 3 points, but that's just a minor nuance.
It's actually 5 points.
He sacrificed 5 points to
right. Oh no, I can't. No, you're better at no.
Yeah.
I've just turned into a bot. I'm bot rad. Just kick me off the stream.
We need all the help we can get.
Kick me off the stream.
Yeah. Etta mournfully looking at what might have been with his bajillion point play over there, has to come up with something else.
Yeah.
Some already process a lot of one thing that I'll say about Etta's game, I think he works pretty hard to generate plays. Like I see him generate a lot of plays throughout the course of his turn. He doesn't just pick one play, but he'll just continue generating new options. And I think that benefited him here where what's the Y in space for Bacaro? That's flashy. I like it. And 92 points.
Yeah. Ooh. I mean, like in fairness, incredible play.
Great word finding.
But Eta did not play Glyph and Heem. He saw Glyph, and then that's just a straight up, that's a miss. He got punished.
Yeah, I wonder if he was thinking of Glyph and Homa, and that was less good. I guess essentially, Eta kept. Maybe he was trying to keep something that was closer to a bingo. Hugie there, 27 keeps ALPS versus Glyph and Heem would have kept AS, which is a much more volatile combo, but it would have cashed in 10 extra points on the spot. So
10 points is a lot of points in IMO. I do like short-term points. As we said, I'm more shareholder capitalism than long-term stock market gains, but you know.
Yeah, I think Glyph was probably a little better. Yeah, it's just the swings of Scrabble where these things can happen, and you make one decision that is statistically even or slightly worse, and it just turns into a 100-point swing. And yeah, frankly, Josh has had a lot of these go his way.
Yeah,
today, drawing that I last game or the Q play. Yeah, this is what it takes to win a tournament. You need a lot of things to go your way because people are so good and the skill levels are so even that you need a healthy dose of good fortune. And Josh has definitely had that.
Yeah. And again, like, you know, this is a non-deterministic game. Like, we're playing a game because it takes good luck and good playing and the mental game that comes along with that. It's a different kind of thing than a fully deterministic game like chess. If you don't like that, then like, play chess. I don't play chess because I like the non-deterministic element. That just means sometimes you're going to lose. And that's got to be okay.
Yeah.
And Josh is just really good at like rolling with the punches, whether it's not doing well and pulling stuff out of thin air or making the plays like, I don't even know how to Buckaroo.
It's the same thing as Buckaroo.
Oh, it is the same thing as
It is TWL, actually.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
not missing that opportunity is huge. That's that's the make or break. That's the make or break play to win a tournament, and he was ready for it.
Yeah, extremely ready.
Yeah, I mean,
practically jumped out of his seat to get that one on the board.
Yeah. I mean, that is, that's what it's kind of like the quintessential Scrabble play, right? Like,
yeah,
there was technically luck involved, but only a few people in the world truly ready to just smack it down like that.
That's right. Yeah. Preparation and what's the right word? Zest, or just staying ready and then seizing the day. Yeah. Blip here, not an enviable position for Eta, but he's also only down 32 points, so he's still very much in. I don't know how it's possible that he's that close, but he's still very much in range. Yeah, BAP versus Blip, an interesting one. Yeah, Blip ASU is pretty awful, but he's thankfully filled in with a bunch of consonants. BAP, you really don't like the IU, IL, LU. All of your letters kind of have bad synergy, and you basically have to draw something like an E to and a T to get back to respectability. It's hard to. I think maybe I would just take the 3 points for the Blip and just say that, well, the A is so much better than anything else I can keep here that I'm just keeping it.
Yeah, and you can see that Josh has his X kind of on the far side. He's well aware of the fact that he just has that OX spot just waiting to draw an E.
That's right.
He could play X on now for 33, but we know Josh.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, how is he going to keep up scoring? He could play Annalyn on top of Demilune, but with both blanks gone, Annalyn, I think, is a little bit less appealing. Although Annalyn sets up the X again.
Yeah.
If he does that, he sets up a second spot for the X.
Which is...
That would be really sick.
The most Josh thing I could think of doing.
I'd be so shocked if he doesn't put this on the board, man.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised it took him so long to even spell out Annalyn. I mean, we know he was already thinking about it, but
yeah.
X for 40 does exist. We of course know how
6 shots at drawing one of the 6 E's after that.
Yeah.
To draw EX and OX and RE at the bottom of the board. It's like, it'd be a great move.
Yeah. And this is like a really interesting one, right? Because he could play AX for 40 is kind of like the obvious play.
Right.
Immediately gives back Taj for worst case for 54.
The absolute worst case. I mean, the thing about the reason not to play Axe here, I mean, think about Dave's game last game. Okay, so very similar. Similar kind of move. Maybe just to me, strictly worse than Annalyn, or I don't see what Nail does that is better, but basically the same idea. Double setup for the X. One thing we've seen about Axe is, or about these turns, is taking the points now can really, if you don't have a plan for what would you do with ILNN? Right. You're basically hoping for like a miracle bingo to bail you out.
Yeah.
Because that's never going to do anything, right? So, again, Nigel-esque, setting yourself up for the next scoring play is a huge part of locking in a win when you have a lead.
Yeah. And unsurprisingly, Josh has picked up not 1 but 2 E's. I mean, it was reasonably likely, but
yeah, I guess Annalyn would have given the potential for Cat with the Q being unseen.
Yeah,
I like Annalyn too. It brings the end of the game so much closer. Think about what Eta's going to do here. It looks like he has Jurat.
Yeah. Also, like Eta pretty much never has the Q after Blip.
Right. He would have just played QI. Yeah.
So or something worse, maybe.
Right. So you would have had to draw into it.
Yeah.
Jurat's playing an S. Plays upwards. Interesting. When he had Jurat going to the left, interesting he's picked this placement. 37 points. That's a good score. Keeps the S open under op for ops. That's been in the the dictionary for a long time. It's not the Gen Z slang. Yeah. What do you think this giraffes play is? Very interesting.
I think he's just thinking about the long-term vision for the board. This just ensures that top part can hang around for a while. I do kind of like keeping SS here because if you look at the pool, 5 A's, 6 E's, 5 I's, 3 N's, 3 R's, 4 T's. I mean, it's a great pool to draw into. And, he's certainly not just going to draw to AS, B, D, T, T, I and just draw kind of some of the worst balanced rack he could. Oh, wait, he did. Anyway.
Yeah, what does the second S do here, though, if you keep it? Or where are you going to score with it?
Wait, Josh is doing the classic. So Josh seems to do this where he'll look at all but one tile when he's close to a bingo. I mean, I'm sure he does this when he's not. We just haven't seen it just in case anyone's paying attention. But
well, the first person I ever saw do this was in Nigeria or Nigerian players who I played against in world events.
Yeah.
What I heard about as the origin is it's a way if you're at a crowded tournament and you're worried about your opponent's buddies standing behind and trying to signal with the you have like a bingo E rack, but you don't know which part of the board it's going to go on.
Yeah.
It's a way to not give off tells is what I've heard about it. I don't know why Josh is doing. Is it just maximal adrenaline? Eta creative here. Really cool play. Detox. I like the way he's approaching this. 20 points. Down 65. Wants to lengthen the game like we talked about early in this tournament. Really creative way of doing that.
And also just like it lengthens the game, but also it doesn't change the board. It keeps the board maximally open. It keeps that because most of his plays are going to be a top demi-lune, right? So he keeps that nice double lane open with his letters. He's in maximally minus drawing an E because he's just not going to draw an E this game, we've figured out. But hypothetically, if he were to draw an E, he could hit that double.
Preserved it. Yeah.
So it makes a ton of sense to me.
Yeah, really, really crafty play. Of course, Josh immediately responds.
Yeah, that he was, of course, sitting on an S. I mean, God.
When you're drawing good, you're drawing good.
Yeah.
And Linux goes down. A tough blow. But Eta's taking the blow on the chin, but handling it pretty well. He's still trying to, you can see, not too perturbed. Don't see a lot of negative body language out of Eta ever.
Yeah.
And still trying to figure out. I mean, he's probably still thinking, well, I'm down 117, but the Q is out there. There's a lot of vowels for my opponent to have. There are actually a lot of cases you can imagine where Josh is gonna struggle to score or maneuver his rack. I mean, Josh from here is just drawing 6 vowels. He draws the Q from here.
Yeah.
The opening is there. This game is not over.
But speaking of openings, which one does Eta block with Wob here? Does he play on the left? Or does he play down above Demi-Lune? Do you keep that huge double lane open as long as you can? Or do you try to keep that left side of the board open? He'll have Jurats no matter what. What do you think?
He could also do Warb at the top for 24. It does Wob 30. Yeah, I would have done this one. I think he knows.
Yeah.
You need to have some big threats. I think he knows he needs to threaten the double on top of Demi-Lune.
Yep.
That's probably going to be where Josh blocks, or so that's if you don't think it's going to be open or going to stay open, Josh can actually block by just playing underneath Linux here. Although it's a little bit difficult to figure out what word he can actually play, I have to say.
Yeah, and as it turns out, Eta drew Tarsier as his rack, so I think he did not hit the double.
Right.
Oh, but he hit arterial.
Arterials,
wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he has arterials through the AL. Eta giving us his version of suspense by just blacking out his rack there.
Yeah, he did show it briefly. I can tell you it was satire plus R.
Yes, this game is absolutely not over. Josh draws the Q here, or even without drawing the Q, just draws more vowels, and this is critical.
Way to go, Scrabble Cats. Got to know those satire bingos.
Yeah, struggling. I am honestly struggling to figure out what Josh is going to do here. Yeah, I mean, general principles here bring the end of the game closer, which he could have done with Eonian for Eonian.
Yep.
For 14, no longer available. You know, WAB is kind of the more I look at it, the more I like his placement.
Yeah.
Because it also blocks just a lot of cheap scoring plays for Josh. It just makes it makes it harder for him to make a good move.
Yeah.
You can do something like anemic or anomic through the M and the C. Do you think that's overreacting to block that spot? It looks pretty intimidating to me. Or in Josh's shoes, I think he's probably looking at that Demi-Lune spot and thinking, this is the thing that can really sink me in one move.
Yeah.
Do you think he can do anomic here?
Well, I think one thing, he has Aini set up, and I think one thing that's nice about that is it preserves the I. So if he does draw the Q, he will pretty much guaranteed have QI
for 22.
For 22, but still addressing, and perhaps the open U and Jurats up above. So it's kind of like it's a really nice balancing play. It also goes far enough out, just to ensure that he could, block even more next turn. I kind of like this play despite keeping 2 O's. There's only 1 O left. He is looking at a pool that is slightly more consonants than vowels, but I feel like he's up by enough that he can kind of afford to throw caution to the wind with the leave. I think this play makes sense to me. I see where you're coming from for sure, but
plays off the 5 tiles too, brings the end of the game closer.
Yeah.
And it makes but he's drawn a creatively poor rack.
Yeah, but notably did not draw the cube.
Not draw the Q. Drawing the Q could be not the worst thing in the world. There's a U open at the top. At this point, Eta draws the Q. It actually could be a scoring weapon for him.
Yeah.
Has he?
So really needs to find.
Has he actually seen arterials? People were saying that he lined it up, but not easy at all.
Yeah.
My first exposure to arterials was, I think I blocked it in Division 5 Nationals as a 17-year-old. My opponent was in the middle of beating me by 200 plus points, and then after the game, he was mostly just angry that I blocked arterials as a 9.
Love that. Love that for everyone. There's arterials. Yeah, I mean, totally make sure if you don't know what an arterial is.
Yeah, not a lot of time. Not a lot of time for Eta. You kind of just have to commit. If you don't commit to it soon enough, you're sort of just conceding. This is the only way you're going to win the tournament, man. You gotta go for it. I know easier to say from my perspective, but
yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure, looking ahead, there are some good letters unseen to Eta, like that Josh doesn't have. The ERTI.
Definitely has a chance.
Yeah, like other than the Q, like all the best letters left, it seems like.
Could even draw a cubing. No. Is this on purpose? Interesting. Wow. Oh, this is going to play so nicely into Josh's rack. Has all the hooks.
Yeah.
I mean, he can just play hoof here with total impunity. Well, okay. Maybe that's not quite the one, but yeah, hag here and GER.
Yeah.
is really hard to.
Yeah, and I think at that point, even if you're not sure, you have to play arterials. How do you ever win after ER? There's just you don't ever win.
Well, the way that basically he's gonna have to bingo out and do it in some kind of outrageous, spectacular fashion. Maybe you fish for a Q bingo.
I mean, yeah, that's all I'm coming up with. But even that, he's down.
He's down so much.
94, and Josh is gonna play.
Yeah.
It's just also
Archeros is just hard to play if you don't know it, though. I mean, it looks pretty speculative.
Yeah, but if speculative is better than any other options, then
he does. I mean, he does have tournament placement to think about, I suppose. Maybe he doesn't want to sabotage his spread too much. But yeah, you wish he had gone for it there.
Yeah,
I wish he had gone for it there. Let's be real.
Yeah. Who thought of the idea of Scrabble streaming, and when did it start? I want to say that it was Ed de Guzman. Yeah.
Well, in the Byzantine Empire,
yeah,
there was a constant. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I got nothing there. Yeah, I think
there were annotated games for a long time where they would use whatever that's called to kind of almost real time, like on a little delay, update play by play, so you could watch kind of in text mode.
Oh god, it was agonizing because you would just watch these plays and you don't know when the play is coming in. There's no notification when there's a new play. You're just hitting next, next,
and you don't know if it's the right play. Like sometimes, like they put in the wrong play. You're like, oh, someone's gonna win, and then
right.
I can say confidently that it did not start at nationals. That I know for certain. Because we were doing it at the California Open way before that, back on GoToMeeting. It was so sketchy. I mean, like we tried our best, but I want to say we did the first live stream maybe in.
We were streaming match play.
Yeah, we were streaming match play. Yeah, Jesse Day's match play, right?
Secrets out.
Yeah. So Evans is loud again, as it turns out.
Yes.
We apologize.
Loud.
We apologize on behalf of Evans. But I want to say, I don't know which year it was, but it was California Open 2012 or 13. I mean, it predated nationals. As the person who streamed nationals most of the first years, by quite a bit. I think actually 2015, your series against Tunnicliffe, I think was the first year they did live streaming at nationals. Because when I won in 2014, there was no one commentating on my game. So it was actually definitely 2015 nationals was the first one, and Jesse Matthews might have been one of the commentators, maybe.
Yeah, but we've been buoyed by just the overall interest in. I think esports is a huge factor, creating a population of people who are used to watching other people compete at a high level in these things that are not football or immediately athletic, but are more these cognitive exercises. I mean, we owe a lot to the chess streaming community. There are chess streamers like Eric Rosen who are Scrabble enthusiasts who have brought a lot of people into our circle through their willingness to do a little bit of both. We owe a lot to Video Ninja. I got to give them a plug. Woogles recently donated to them video.ninja, the technology that we use behind the scenes to make the stream work, and actually just amazing broadcasters like the K brothers, Christian and Andrew, who are the ones behind the scene making this amazing high quality stream possible. And they come from an esports background themselves, so we're basically building this set of knowledge as a community.
Yeah, look at this. 14 Domino not being a troll for the first time in his life, as Josh has played Goof, reminds us that a tournament that I directed, the 2013, that I directed and actually won, the MSI Vegas tournament. We also did live stream that on the MSI board. I forgot all about that. So I guess CO must have been even earlier.
Okay, so Eta has drawn about as well as he could draw. Is he threatening anything big? So he's played QI in a position that allows for bingos underneath the Q. I don't think any of them are going to fit. Oriest does not work because AIE is not a word. I don't know that he's going to get another turn. Josh may just choose to play off a single tile. Goof was an interesting play here. I think I would have gone with Hag. Maybe I wasn't super confident in it, but Goof is actually overlappable. I mean, it's kind of specific, but Eta Karo very plausibly could have just drawn into Orgiast over the top of Goof, or which would have been 85. I mean, maybe if you're Josh, you're up so much, you're actually not scared of that. You say, well, okay, you're going to play Orgiast, and then I'm going to be up 13 points. So
just make sure you put the right tile down in your.
Yeah, which is why ER is so problematic. It didn't score anything. It didn't score anything, and even the threat that it set up was not that intimidating.
Yeah.
I mean, given how well Eta's drawn, I kind of have to think he had a chance with if Arterials came down.
I think so.
You play Arterials, draw the cube, play for 22, and you're right there. I'll try not to fixate on it, but that was the chance.
Well, Vital, part of it could be is just kind of finding folks at school who might already be playing other games and maybe at a chess club or something. When I started playing competitive Scrabble, I started playing online in middle school and competitively in tournaments in high school, and people just didn't really know about it.
Yeah, we have such a great critical mass at this point. For instance, right here domestically in Louisiana, Austin Shin, one of 3 American grandmasters in the WESPA system, has been training a lot of local Louisiana school kids, including his kids, to try to win the increasingly competitive school Scrabble championship. And if you go back to our stream on Friday, you can see them playing at lunchtime, and just the level of skill at a young age is super impressive.
It's super cool.
I saw Sequoia for 100 points with a blank being played.
Nice.
Knowledge of 2s and 3s. Yeah, Scrabble, lifelong pursuit, teaches you to handle adversity, think logically. There's so much to, and we have these streams to show people too, which showcase our game. I read a book to find out about this game. You have you're plugged in. You don't have to rely on a secondhand retelling. You could just watch the best players in the world perform for you. It's pretty excellent.
Yeah. I found about it from ISC. I remember I played the winners of the first National School Scrabble Championship a week after they had won it. I was in 8th grade, and they did not have the high school division for many years after that. I beat each of them and was like, oh, this is so cool. I want to play school Scrabble. Then found out that I just missed my last chance. Oops.
Right. It just the community is so open. That's the other thing. We have so many people who want to share, who build tools for others to use, who share their knowledge. You can go and play anyone, match anyone, ask people for advice. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. But again, these days, as with many things, I can't say much for the Reddit community for Scrabble, but can certainly plug the Woogles Discord. We've got thousands of people in there all over the world. Great place to show up. Leagues going on Woogles now.
Super active.
Yeah. So do consider joining the Woogles Discord. I think would be a great way to get involved, get more people involved. Appreciate all of our folks helping run that. I know some of them are in chat today. Appreciate the help with that, as Jesse and I get busier and busier and have less time to be with Woogles these last couple of years. Is really funny. I mean, we're kind of just waiting for Eta to make his last play, but Josh has drawn the obscure Gardai.
A good old Irish word.
The Irish policeman. If you're walking through Dublin, you see the word everywhere. Well, you said Garda, but you see it everywhere. But yeah, be a part of the change on Reddit. Start posting real content there. We could use it. It would be cool.
Yeah, I mean the Reddit tenor of discussion does speak to there's a lot of basic stuff about how many people in the world do you think know how to play chess versus how many people do you think know the basic rules of Scrabble? I mean, we know Scrabble is a game, but I feel like half the time you break it out with a family, it's literally just going back and forth on how do we even make a legal move in this game.
Yeah. So for those people complaining about our life decisions, or people who are hoping to see the Meow lexicon, we will be featuring that in the last round as Josh plays Gardai to seal the victory Let's go see.
Finds his best play. Good for him.
Congrats to Josh. I mean, an amazing, fun day to watch. Let's see what they have to say. Tough.
Please. When you made this move,
you had. That was a mistake. I have tertian, just 2 less. I didn't see it. This is such a big spot. There's no risk of it. Very lucky.
Nice game.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, Conrad's coming to grab Josh. Proud of you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oestrin was so dumb. Such a bad.
Oh yeah, don't sweat it. How does it feel?
It feels, imposter syndrome, but also like happy and broke my losing streak in championship games against Eta Karo, which is I guess another statistic for y'all.
That's a very specific statistic. Where does this rank in your career hierarchy of tournament wins?
Incredibly high. This is such an insanely difficult tournament to win in CSW. It's also difficult to win in the North American lexicon. I managed to do that twice, but I had a better grasp on that one. So I feel like incredibly lucky and definitely very high.
How have you managed to handle the transition between the North American and Collins lexicons? Do you feel are you still navigating back and forth, or just how do you manage it mentally?
I try to have just a growth mindset. It's really hard because I have very high standards for when I miss plays, when I do bad things, but try to have a growth mindset. I know that it's going to take years for me to master lexicon, and I'm going little by little, and so I always have like an excuse. So it's more fun in that regard.
Was there anything strategically you were trying to accomplish this tournament, or whether it's being more aggressive, being more defensive, trying to achieve specific boards? Was there any consistent theme to how you were trying to play, or is it do you feel like you were just playing your best game, or how do you approach it?
Yeah, I was just trying to play solid. Nothing specific like defense, offense wise, but there were a couple games that were like really, really, really tough and defensive, and I realized that without good mastery of the lexicon, those are the tougher games to win.
That's right.
And so I should probably avoid going into the deep and dark forest, as they say.
So trying to keep it a little bit more open, where there's fewer fewer like skull whammies.
Maybe
or
in the
something.
future, but I always like me a really tight board. See how to navigate it. So I probably won't change anything, but I'll never learn.
Where are we going to see you in this year? Where are you going to compete? What are you looking forward to?
Going to Atlantic City in 2 weeks. That's also usually pretty strong field. Might not be as strong this year. Kingston is a big tournament in February. It's going to be a top 8 bracket. Hopefully I can make the top 8. It's going to be a really cool new format that you guys should definitely check out on Let's Play Scrabble. And yeah, then it's the summer tournaments. I won't be playing Causeway. I know you will, right?
Yeah, I'm planning on being there.
That's going to be an incredible event, I hope, and I will be in person just as a commentator. So that's really awesome.
The tables are going to turn. That's
yeah.
That's awesome.
I can't wait to commentate your games.
Oh man, it's easier on this pod for sure.
Oh yeah. We want to see some more Jesse Day action for sure.
Oh geez,
all of us.
Pressure's on.
Yeah,
I better start preparing.
Yeah.
How are you gonna go celebrate?
Maybe just keep it casual, but I haven't hit the hot tub. I haven't hit Cafe du Monde. So those are the 2 things on my list for today, and I'm leaving in the morning tomorrow. And maybe a big dinner at Trinas.
Oh yeah, that's
always a fun place to go.
Just thank you. Just an embarrassment of riches and culinary riches in New Orleans.
Yeah,
celebratory beignet is. Yeah, that sounds like about as well as you can do.
Yeah,
I won't keep you too much longer, but is there anyone you want to shout out? With you already mentioned some great upcoming tournaments. Anyone you want to shout out for the victory? Anyone you want to give some shout outs to?
Yeah, shout out to my grandmother who recently passed. She was the one who started the love of like word games and puzzles and all that, and I don't think my mother nor myself would be involved in Scrabble for her. So yeah, shout out to her.
Oh man, that's really special. Well, thank you, Josh. Yeah, go and enjoy the spoils of your victory. One more victory lap of a round that you get to play, and yeah, thanks. It's been a treat for us, and you played at such a high level. I love how generous you are with your commentary after games, especially. You always, with your opponent, you're always willing to discuss and analyze and share knowledge, and you're just a great member of this community. I'm really happy for you. So yeah,
thank you.
Enjoy it.
Thank you. All right, thanks, guys.